I jammed Saratan's figure into my uniform's inner pocket.
助けなきゃ。僕が。
I think Saratan with me as a protective charm. Under ordinary circumstances, I'd never ever carry a figure around with me. If nothing else, there was a danger that it get damaged. Oh, that's so me. If I'm collecting collectibles, then I'm just so scared that it will get ruined one way or another. And the biggest reason that I don't own any figurines is that my cat likes to chew everything. So I don't want to risk a 200 figurine just being chewed apart. As an otaku, playing one of my darling wives was my number one taboo. But I could no longer afford to maintain that policy of mine. For now, I wanted moral support. I might not even be alive tomorrow, but I took one last peek down at Saratan, whose face stuck out from inside my pocket. By doing so, I somehow succeeded in fighting back my seeping tears. Somebody collided with me from behind and I staggered. When I looked over, a thuggish man was giving me a disagreeable stare. He didn't complain to me, soon disappeared into the crowd. I surveyed the area. Shibuya Scramble Crossing. There was a vast crowd of people, and that made it hard to think it was 9 on a weekday night. Not to mention a day when an earthquake with over 100 fatalities had taken place. I felt like I would suffocate just from waiting for the lights to change. Front, back, right, left, people were everywhere. And all of them were raising their voices as one great mass. As if they were cheering on teams at a soccer match. I didn't know why, but apparently the mass media was flooding in as well. People carrying huge cameras crowded into the street, stopping the flow of cars. I'm just thinking, Nanami's case might be the 6th Nugent case, so maybe that was hyped on the internet somehow. Something has already happened. The photography lights lit up here and there were over bright. People resembling reporters faced the cameras and spoke heatedly about something or other. A number of police officers were observing the passers-by, and the media crews who jutted out into the road. This wasn't the kind of situation they could easily rein in. It was more or less turning into a pedestrian utopia. Were they holding some kind of event on a day like this? On a time like this? How inappropriate, considering that 100 plus people had died. Wouldn't they consider taking things more seriously? On top of that, the media had joined them in the uproar. Man, Japan was done with. Not that it mattered too much to me.
助けなきゃ。僕が助けなきゃ。
No front or zero front. The building designated by Shogun was located right by the pedestrian scramble. Tatsuya, Subuta and all the stores could be found in it. I hadn't truly meant to come alone, but I hadn't been able to get in contact with Remy. Since it was possible that the police still wrongly thought me as being the new jumper, I couldn't report it to them either. What I thought about doing such things, the time Shogun had said was approaching, and worry for Nanami decided to drag me up the wall. I couldn't stop myself from coming here, Saratan in hand. Putting my way through the sea of people, I managed to get inside out front. Was there a front? I don't even know. But its interior too was quite packed. I didn't even have the room to get fed up with this. The only things my head had filled up with were praise for Nanami's well-being. I took the escalator to the upper floors. I'm just hoping so much that that whole box with Nanami's hand had been a delusion. but I don't think I can tell if it's a delusion or not. I could look down on the scramble crossing to Subata's windows. There was an astonishing number of people there after all. Furthermore, all of them were waving or bobbing up, making little jumps, and countless black heads undulated. Hold on, it was clearly brighter here than when I'd been down there. It was enough to make me wonder if all the spotlights were aimed in my direction. Each time the escalator carried me to a higher floor, my heartbeat grew more ferocious. When I took out my cell phone to see the time, it was a minute past the promised time of 9 o'clock. Shogun got pissed off by this and killed Nanami. The thought of it made me go cold, and I sprinted my way up the escalator, pushing aside the customers ahead of me. Oh boy. Also, a tiny disclaimer for the rest of the videos this week. It's the late wave here, and because my voice is so dry it starts to hurt, so I may sound a bit different. Midway through I switched to an elevator and took it to the highest floor. I didn't know how to climb to the roof from there. As I wandered around, careful not to catch anyone's attention, I soon found a back staircase. I succeeded in reaching the roof at once without receiving anyone's censure. The wind was strong up on the roof, a terribly lukewarm wind, given that it was nearing the end of October. I soon realized it wasn't a natural wind, but rather air expelled by the outdoors portion of the air conditioning system. I closed my front buttons to prevent Seratan from coming flying out.
Arigato, Bokenasu. どういたしまして。
I was a little relieved to hear Seratan's voice in my head. If Seratan were with me, I wouldn't be scared. I desperately attempted to convince myself of it. Even so, it was dark. The only illumination came from the back of the neon front sign. In contrast, the neon of the surrounding buildings was too bright, making it hard to see. Even if someone were hiding in the shadows, I had a feeling that I definitely couldn't spy them out.
遅かったね。
Shogun. When someone called me out of the blue, my heartbeat, which had just started to slow down a little, began banging again. I looked around, but it was too dim to tell where he had spoken from. I heard a sound, a creaking sound, one that I had heard numerous times before. This time I deliberately focused my gaze on the other side of the darkness. There, I found the shining, albeit backlit, wheels of his wheelchair.
Huh?
Shogun.
ようこそ、匠くん。
He voiced my name in a friendly way. The uncanniness of it made me have goosebumps. I didn't want to talk to Shogun. He frightened me. I wanted to run away from here immediately.
じゃあ、逃げちゃおうよ。
Can't abandon Nanami. We need to save her.
このままじゃタッキー殺されちゃう。
But, Nanami.
君はすごく勇気のある人だ。ちゃんと一人で来てくれるとは。ありがとうと言っておくよ。
Why are we here? I mean, we're here to save Nanami, but why do this? Hey, this Shogun was strange. He differed somehow from when we'd met before. right? His voice. His voice was weird.
その声。
声なんてただの空気の振動でしかないよ。
どう聞こえるか、その場の条件によって変わる。
そうだろ？
What was going on? His voice kept transforming. Was he using a machine or something? Did he want to conceal his identity by hiding his voice? But why now? Besides, I didn't understand what he was saying.
タッキーを混乱させようとしてるんさ。油断しちゃったね。誰の言葉も信じちゃダメ。
Yeah, Serotan's right about this. The things Serotan tells me are always the most correct. I cleanse Serotan's body through my clothes.
ナナミはどこ？
It seemed like fear would make my heart leap for my mouth. Even so, I frantically forced my voice out. I thought scenes like this only occurred on TV or in games.
ナナミはもう死んだの？
うん。
ダウト。だって手首ちょん切られちゃったんだろ。もし生きてるにしても、もうすぐ出血多量で死んじゃうのは変わんないよ。
Tears fell. Nanami's silky face rose at the back of my mind. She's been insolent. Frankly, she's been a pain. Despite that, I was so grief-stricken, sad enough that tears could come out.
ナナミは僕の妹なんだ。僕の大切な。なんで殺したんだ。ひどいよ。
死んだと思う。もしかしたら君の家に送ったあの手首は別人のものかもしれない。バングルと携帯はナナミちゃんのものだとしても、手首そのものは別人のものかもしれないっていうこと。
Nanami is alive?
信じちゃダメだってば。
君が見事クエストをクリアしたらナナミちゃんは返すよ。生きているナナミちゃんをね。
Quest. Shogun used that word again. Did he want me to get into the... Little I was playing a game? But in reality, I'm no hero.
でももしクリアできなかった場合、ナナミちゃんは帰ってこない。
His voice was rudely went as cold as a blade. It was pathetic of me to cower in fear of an old man, but it was abnormal. After all, he lost it through a Ninja criminal.
だから僕を失望させないようやり遂げてほしい。君ならできるよ。
なんで僕なの？僕じゃなくても、僕なんかじゃなくてもいいじゃないか。
君でなくちゃダメなんだ。
だからなんで？
Is it because he has the power to project illusions into reality and make them real?
君は選ばれた人間だから。
I'm chosen?
勘違いしちゃダメだよ、タッキー。あいつの言う選ばれたってのは次の犠牲者として選ばれたって意味なんだから。
Recalling the wretched fate of the victims in a sequence of Ninja incidents, I shivered.
君は今日の昼間のことをもちろん覚えているよね。
昼間？
学校で君は岸本綾瀬を助けた。
Shogun had mentioned Rukus about Isaac's failed suicide attempt in his email. He must have been watching the hubbub from somewhere. Or else, he was the culprit and needed to use mind control to make her commit suicide.
あの花壇のおかげで岸本綾瀬は一命を取り留めた。そうでしょ？
I mean, if Takumi has this power, then it seems like Shogun is trying to forcefully activate him. Shogun knew about the power I was supposed to possess. At the same time, no one on the spot had wondered about the flower bed. Only Senna had recognized it for what it was. And Senna had said this to me.
お前が妄想したんだろ。
タッキー、将軍の言うことは全力で否定して。
Basically what he's saying that Takumi can rewrite reality. I see. Maybe Shogun dogged at me, maybe Shogun was trying to kill me because I possessed that power or whatnot. If I claimed I didn't have any power, he might let me slip away.
僕にはそんな力ない。
力？力って何のこと？僕はそんな言葉は一言も使っていないが。
Oh crap.
タッキーには力なんてないよ。ただの肝オタなんだよ。タッキーにヒーローの素質なんてないさ。私にハーハーしてるだけの無害の引きこもり予備軍。そうっしょ？
Well, that's right. I was self-centered and juvenile to think that I had a unique ability. Senna and Ayase had told me all kinds of things, and I totally couldn't buy into it. But for starters, they were obviously kind of mental. I'd have to be off my rocker to unquestionably swallow the words of a mental patient. Even Remy had said, "Isn't that a self-delusion?"
詳しく説明してくれね。あの花壇のこととか。
僕がやったっていう証拠はあるの？花壇を何もないところから出現させるなんて、そんなの僕には無理。
花壇が何もないところから出現したんだ。
I mean, according to all the other people, they think that the flower bed has always been there.
他の人は誰もが最初からそこに花壇があったって話していたけど、君だけは花壇は最初はそこになかったってそう認識しているわけだ。
I might have dug my own grave again. More importantly, who the hell was Shogun? When he implied that the older students and teachers had said so. Couldn't mean he had spoken to him himself, could it?
僕は力なんてない。自分でも一体どうやったのか。
でも使えた。君が妄想したことが現実になった。
惑わされないで。タッキー、本当に力なんてあると思う？そんなのアニメの世界じゃん。タッキーがいるのは現実なんだよ。ただのことも綾瀬っちが2人に分裂したこともそれらが現実だったって証明できる？無理っしょ。分裂した綾瀬っちの体に触った？
Why is she so adamant about this? I hadn't touched her.
ただの幻かも。そもそもタッキーはあの時警察とかユアッチに追われて動転してたし。
Then, what about the flower bed?
同じだよ。花壇は最初からそこにあった。タッキーはリミッチを探してあそこへ行った時頭が痛くてフラフラしてた。 綾設置が落ちるまでにはっきりとそこに花壇があることを確認した？みんな誰一人として花壇が出現したことを疑問に思ってないってことはさ。
That's wrong. Senna obviously had doubts about it.
逆に言えば最初からそこにあったから疑問に思わないってことっしょ。タッキーが間違えてただけなんだよ。将軍の言葉に惑わされちゃダメ。
花壇は最初からそこにあった。
I repeated what Sertan had said.
最初はそこにはなかったって思い込んでたけど、記憶違いだった。僕の脳内での妄想だよ。だってみんなあそこには花壇があったって言ってるんでしょ。力とかそういうわけのわからないものじゃなくて、ただの思い込みだったんだ。
いや、君には力が。そうだろ。
死にたくない。
そうだろ。
わからない。殺さないで。
君は自分の天才的な力についてもっと自覚するべきだよ。
And I think it's clear by this point that Shogun is trying to actually activate Nanami for possibly his own reasons.
その潜在能力はすごすぎる。君なら世界を変えることだってできるんだ。
I want to go home. I want to shut myself up in my base and marathon eat so endlessly. I want to look at Sarah 10 figures until I can stop grinning, and I want to keep on watching Barachu over and over. Even though that was all I desired.
タッキー、早く逃げて。私がずっと一緒にいてあげる。私だけがタッキーの味方なの。だから帰ろう。三次元とのつながりなんて断ち切って楽しいことだけして生きよう。
さて、前置きはこれぐらいにしてそろそろクエストを始めよう。まずは下のスクランブル交差点がよく見えるところまで行ってほしい。
逃げなきゃ。このままじゃ本当に殺されちゃうよ。
I don't think if Shogun, like I said, if Shogun wants to activate us, he basically wants to use us as a tool. So we're no use to him dead. I don't think he will kill us. He will control us, manipulate us, but not kill us.
聞こえなかった？スクランブル交差点を見下ろせるところへ移動するんだ。
The stone was soft. This voice had an incredibly chilly quality to it. A voice so fine-tuned that it seemed to take the energy I needed to resist him and rip it out by the roots.
何を。
My legs trembled and I couldn't walk. I hugged myself. I even lost the ability to judge whether or not I should heed what he was saying.
僕の言うことが聞けない？従ってもらわないとナナミちゃんの命は保証できないよ。
どうせもう死んじゃってるよ。タッキーが今から頑張ったってただの無駄死にだよ。
ナナミの声聞かせて。
I struggled to squeeze out the cracking voice, but Shogun instantly burst aside my plea.
その必要はないよ。君はもう少し今の状況を考えた方がいい。
I didn't want to think Nanami had died. I didn't want to imagine a dead Nanami. I was scared that once I pictured her, it became real. Resigning myself, I did as Shogun had said and began walking for a better view of the scramble crossing. The area at my feet was dark, and I'd trip if I didn't proceed with caution. The side of the roof closest to the pedestrian scramble had a transparent acrylic plate jutting up on like a wall. It was roughly 3 stories high. As I neared that wall, I came to hear a roar from the crossing below me. What? A single female voice particularly caught my ear, but apparently it was coming from the Jumbotron mounted on the neighboring building.
アクリル板の壁に一箇所だけ壊れて穴が開いている部分があるだろう。
Wiping sweat off my forehead, I examined the wall in a rush, moving only my eyes. One place did have a hole in it, large enough for a single person to pass through while standing. It was shaped naturally, as though it had been smashed. Its broken state was evidently the result of human hands. There's nothing beyond the hole, of course. A sheer cliff straight down to the concrete, 8 stories below. Don't tell me he's going to make us jump.
そこから顔を出して下にいるギャラリーに挨拶してあげて。
What? Did it just say?
もう一度言おうか。その穴から身を乗り出して下にいる人たちに手を振ってあげてほしい。
ほら、あいつタッキーを殺す気なんだって。
My breath caught. Was this how we made 5 people jump off? It was as Sertan had said after all. I had no other option but to die as well. I had to jump from here.
そんなの嫌だ。
I just think he wants to force your hand to activate your powers.
拒否すればナナミちゃんは死ぬよ。
従えばタッキーは死んじゃうよ。
What was I supposed to do? I thought about taking the best possible course of action, but illusions of the worst case scenario of all kinds of potential patterns turned around and around in my head, and I couldn't get any brain working properly. Save me, somebody.
鬼のバーカ。
Nanami's voice echoed in my panicked ears.
ヒヒバーカ。
Nanami flickered before my eyes, smiling and gesturing casually. It was my fault. Nanami had absolutely nothing to do with it. Yet Shogun had abducted her and cut off her arm because of me. I'm sorry, Nanami. I'm sorry. I wiped my tears, but still more overflowed even so, and I wiped them again, and instantly drew closer to the broken open hole in my midst of my fogging field of sight. And then swiftly took a look out at the ground. Oh boy. Yeah, this has been hyped up on the internet, I'm sure. Without any warning, a huge cheer burst up, one that resembled the rumbling of the earth. The vast herd had gathered in the plaza and the media. The ones who had gathered for some event that was preparing to begin just at the same time. An onslaught of dazzling light hit me. I automatically narrowed my eyes and turned my face away, which brought the jumbotron on the building next door into view. And without any room for doubt, the thing projected there was me. Me? Reflecting on the jumbotron screen, my face was floppy with tears, and I had my mouth half open like a dumbass. On top of that, my back was hunched. At first, I thought it was a hallucination. Next, I had chills, thinking it was a recording of me that had been secretly filmed somewhere. Going further, I began to suspect the film that Shogun had taken of my thoughts was being played back there. Now it's live. I know it's live. At last, I realized it showed me in this place at this very moment. Live video running on the jumbotron. Even game with sensationalistic taglines. Miracle Asper Boy makes his debut. Written of explanatory text scrolled along the bottom of the screen. What? A miraculous Asper Boy introduced to us by the world-class psychic Yuri Brightman. His urgent live performance. Can he describe the identity of the Newton perp? When I read it, I understood at last. Media crews and rubberneckers gathered at the Scramble Crossing were all watching me. Don't look at me. Why are you scrutinizing someone like me? Asper Boy? What the hell? Do you all understand what kind of day it's been? I'm not going to click on any delusion. An earthquake occurred, man. Magnitude 5. Over 100 people died. Yet, why is everyone lying in wait for and getting worked up over an otaku freak like me? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm just speechless. What the hell, people? Really? It was almost as if they were cheering at a soccer or volleyball game. The Jews gathered in the pedestrian scramble began yelling simultaneously. Had they planned it in advance? Or was Shogun controlling their minds? They raised their hands and shouted the same words, not missing a beat. These guys, they're insane. I shuddered. The cheer continued. I could barely hear the high-pitched voice of the liquid bitches reading. They were chanting. If I listened closely, they were all just mocking me. They were just amusing themselves, laughing. They were fine with anyone, as long as they could have fun. It was a festival with me as a living sacrifice. They just wanted to join in on the festivities and make noisy fools out of themselves. Every single one of them was the worst kind of duty. No one would dream of helping me. Everyone was hoping I would die here. The mom and dad were going to murder me. Not with hatred or rage, but with glee.
やだやだやだやだ怖い
Terrified, so scared I might piss myself. On live TV, even. It was the first time I'd felt death so close at hand. My consciousness went faint, like a child persisting in saying no. I screamed and cried. The expectation that my actions will get Shogun to let up on me. The expectation that my actions will shake people to sympathize with me and come to help me. The expectation that if I did so, maybe the police would realize I wasn't a criminal, but simply a nasty otaku, and come save me. The expectation that if I did so, maybe my parents sitting at home and watching TV would soon come out and offer themselves up in exchange for me. The expectations if I did so, maybe Remy would come, riding in on a white horse to rescue me. The expectation that if I'd opened my eyes with a gasp, I discovered that in truth, this was all a dream. Brimming with those weird varied hopes. I shook my head desperately and recited my wish. I don't want to die. But
その場から一歩でも下がれば、ナナミちゃんは死ぬからね。
his voice hadn't changed a bit from before.
君はもう舞台に上がってしまったんだ。覚醒するには最高のステージだとは思わないか。そこに集まっている人たちも君に期待しているんだよ。もしそれを裏切れば、ボートと化して君に襲いかかってくるかもしれない。
When he said that, I lost the ability to retreat or turn around.
気にすんな。
What?
ただの脅し文句だよ。タッキー、ナナミッチは死んじゃったんだよ。今ここで逃げ出してもタッキーは悪くないってば。
Even if you say that,
そこから見える景色に集中してほしい。
his voice was very cool, and yet it gave off a forcefulness that provided me with no room to back down.
君にここでしてもらうことは一つだけ。
飛び降りるなんてできない。死んじゃう。
誰もそんなことは言っていないよ。
Huh? That's not it? Then I don't have to die?
君にはそこから一歩も動かずに理想度を見つけてもらう。
That's your goal? All this time I thought that Shogun was going to make Takumi jump in order to forcefully recreate that flower bed situation. Just instead of a flower bed, it will be a safety net or something. D-sword summoning. Finding my D-sword? How? Until now I'd searched for it everywhere, and there'd been practically no signs of me finding it. How ridiculous asking me to find it out of the blue, in a place like this.
理想度はいわば妄想の剣。それだけ言えばわかるだろ。
Project solutions into reality. I don't understand.
騙されちゃダメだよタッキー。理想像が実在しないって妄想が実際にあるわけないっしょ。
You just need to think up the D-sword and it will appear.
見つかるわけないよ。
君はこれまでに剣を持った人間と何度か接触した。そうだね。その人物から聞いているはず。理想度をどうやって手に入れるの？よく思い出した。
この剣は命運を握り、この剣は嘆きを収束させた。この剣は超越した場所に干渉するための異空間のような同一次元上にあるもう一つの可能性、あるいは妄想。言い方にあまり意味はない。唯一確かにこの剣がその領域に存在しているということ、いつの間にかそこにあった。気づかなかったわけ、最初は。でもちょっとだけ見方を変えたら分かった。もしかしたら匠にはもう見えているのかも。見ているだけ。世界を疑い仕組みを知る。お前の見ている景色は本物か？妄想は 現実にすることが可能だ。本当じゃないものが景色に紛れ込む。つまりエラーを現実として認識させる。
そうだ。すでに多くのヒントが提示されているよね。君にはもう見えているはず。君の眼下に広がっているその景色の中に。
In other words, Shogun was hiding my T-shirt somewhere in the landscape I could see from here. You wanted me to find it?
見つけたら許してくれるの？
見つけるだけじゃクエストクリアにはならない。実際に剣を手に入れるんだ。その場から一歩も動いちゃならないっていうルールを破らないようにしてね。
So not just seeing it, but actually summon it to your hand. Of course I couldn't do that. If I couldn't move from here, I was not supposed to get the sword. What the hell was Shogun trying to make me do?
だからあいつは無理難題を突きつけておいて結局タッキーを殺したいだけなんだって。
それができないならナナミちゃんの命を。
逃げようタッキー。お家に帰ろう。
If it... But... If I take even one step away from here, it will kill Nanami.
だからナナミッチはどうせ助からないってば。
He said I could save her.
あいつの言葉を信じるの？嘘ついてるかもしれないよ。
Well... You could be lying too. I strained my eyes. Due to the radiant light from below, it was hard to see what lay far away. I looked around as much as I could. That said, I didn't have a particularly broad view from here. Most of it was hidden by buildings. I had to find it. My sword.
無理だよ。
I ruminated over Isaac's and Senna's words one more time. How was I supposed to pull this off?
でもちょっとだけ見方を変えたら分かった。本当じゃないものが景色に紛れ込む。
Right then for some reason I remembered the pattern on the ceiling of my room. Since long ago I had a fake thought as I went to sleep. The wood grain of the ceiling looked kind of like a person's face. Once I started looking at it like that, I stopped being able to see it as anything other than a face.
はいはい、目の錯覚目の錯覚。そんな木目どこにでもいっぱいあるよ。
That's true, it's hardly the same thing as a pattern in the piece of wood.
切り取るんだ。
Shogun murmured in his usual composed tone.
剣が見えたならそこから切り取る。君にはそれができる。
はーい、意味不明。そいつは適当言ってるだけだよ。
妄想は現実にすることが可能だ。
Like that flower bed, like the divided ISAs. But the last time I tried to make my fake D-sword materialize as a real thing, nothing had happened. I turned my face from side to side once more. I tried surveying the tableau that I could see from here. I see it. I saw it. I saw a sword. Yes, I saw one. Wait. This is a choice. I saw one. It's here. If you see the purplish thing left, is at the left of the screen. At the most left, there is a shape of a girl, and right next to it, that purplish thing. I just distinctly saw a sword. Yes. No. I mean, at the bottom of that, you see that red car. There's no way you can reach that. So if I could move from here, I could go take it. No. I don't think so. I don't know. It looks like a sword. It's purple. I don't know what to answer here. Oh boy. Well, not yet. I saw it. In the vague blurry night scenery, in the midst of the landscape whose light was bent by my welling tears, I found a place that looked just like a sword. It was as I had said. I hadn't noticed it at first, but once I changed my perspective a little tiny bit, at some point, it was there. I was wondering if anything, even if it had only happened to appear like that by coincidence. The more I thought of it as a sword, the denser it got. At last becoming filled by a sense of reality and gaining a stronger and stronger presence in the scenery. So big though. Almost like there's some kind of two-handed saber. I could already make out its outlines clearly.
見つけたんだね。
Shogun was quick to address me, as if he'd noticed me catching my breath.
では手を伸ばしてその剣を切り取ってほしい。深く考えなくていいんだ。君にならできるよ。
できるわけないじゃん。ダメ、タッキー。そんなことしたら下に落ちちゃう。落ちたら死んじゃうよ。
Bring the sword to you, not you to the sword. Also, this music is amazing. I looked down. Innumerable people. No emergency medical brigade had arrived yet. It was the same as this afternoon. Response times were too slow. I think maybe it's too paranoid of me to think this, but I think that whole earthquake was just for this moment. Which was to be expected. That just showed how intense the casualties from the earthquake at noon had been.
切り取るなんてできないよ。
固定観念にとらわれたらダメだ。最初からできるわけがないと思っていたら何もできない。常識を捨て去ってあるがままを見ればいいんだ。 君には力がある。世界はその力に応えてくれる。あの花壇みたいにね。
Would I really do it? Would that sword become mine merely by stretching out my hand? If it were true, there would be nothing wrong with giving it a try. I had said my deed sword would bring me salvation. Maybe those words had implicitly been referring to this very moment. I would obtain my sword and clear the quest, and Nanami would come home unharmed, and Shogun would stop interfering with me. I'd go back to the peaceful lifestyle I've led up until now.
そんなに都合よくいくと思う？将軍があっさりタッキーを見逃すって？だって相手は10人も殺した連続殺人鬼なんだよ。
Even Shogun wouldn't try to make me do the impossible. I could do it. He was telling me to do it because I could.
あいつはタッキーを殺したいだけ。忘れたの？集団ダイブの映像。将軍は5人の男女を1回も触れることなく転落死させたんだよ。
Too bad for Zaratan, but that I'd already extended my hand as though seeking deliverance. The hut below us began rumbling, and thousands of people stuffed into the plaza. Paid close heed to my every gesture. For that matter, the broadcast meant that tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people throughout all of Japan were watching me. Nausea surged within me. My heart seemed about to crumble under the pressure of being watched by such a vast number of people. No, I mustn't be conscious of it. If I became too conscious of it, nervousness would keep me from moving so much as a finger. Now I had to focus on the sword. Being careful of my feet, I stood there and stretched out the hand. Fixing my aim on the sword at my side, I tried to grasp it by instinct alone, but I felt nothing. The wind mercilessly rushed at me. Moreover, the direction of the wind was indeterminate. As soon as I felt it was coming in front of me, the next instant, it just pushed me from the side. I was gripping the acrylic plate to hold myself up, but it was slippery, and the only thing that really helped were my nerves. If I became even a little distracted, I'd get thrown off the edge. Even so, I frantically attempted to seize the sword. No matter how many times I tried, I didn't succeed.
できるわけないよ。だってあれは本当の剣じゃないんだよ。
Did I mess up? Tears poured out of me again. My field of sight went misty, and the sword-like object I'd seen only faintly began to disintegrate. I hastily wiped my tears if I lost sight of it once. I had a feeling that I'd never find it again.
それならもっと手を伸ばせばいい。
Shit, you have no idea what it's like for me. I bit my lip, holding back my tears, and leaned out further than ever before, my hand swimming through empty air. I couldn't grab onto the sword after all.
もっと
If I fell from here, I looked down again. I was higher up than I'd imagined. On the brink of vertigo, I yanked myself back and clanged to the wall of acrylic.
どうしたの？剣を早く手に入れて。でないといつまで経ってもナナミちゃんは戻ってこないんだ。
I shouldn't have looked down. My shaking wouldn't stop. My trembling made my feet seem about to slip. I was completely coward. I get the impression that I messed up my final answer.
で きないよ。許して。
君はあまり僕を舐めない方がいい。君のわがままに付き合うつもりはないんだ。理想度を手に入れる。それができないなら君の妹は死ぬ。君も死ねばいい。ただそれだ。
No, I don't wanna die.
死にたくない。
I unwillingly thrust my body through the hole again and reached out my hand. I could still see the sword there. I tried to do it over and over, but it was still no good. I definitely tried, seemed like I could reach it, but no matter what, I never quite got there. I leaned out further still. I stretched my hand towards the sword, as if I were reaching with my whole body. I strained the tips of my fingers to the limit, and slowly closed my hand. As before, I felt nothing.
手が届かないよ。
It was impossible, Sheridan had been right. There wasn't any way I could grab a half-transparent sword like that in the first place. Love perspective made it seem like it was an ordinary size, but thinking about it more calmly, it had to be unbelievably gigantic. It wasn't the size of something a person could hold.
その剣をつかめばクエストクリアなんだよ。
手を折っちゃう。届かない。
ナナミちゃんを助けなくていいの？
助けて。もう許して。死にたくないんだよ。
昼間のことを思い出すんだ。君の力があればそこから落ちたとしてもまた花壇を出現させるだろう。君は落ちても死なない。
自信ある？
I heard Sheridan's teasing whisper in my ear. Confident?
タッキーがここから落ちて下の地面に激突するまでほんの3秒もないよ。その間に自分の意志でまた花壇を出現させる。タッキーがそんなすごいことできる？今まで一度も自分で意識してその力とかってのを使ったことないっしょ？
Right. Sartis, even if I had been able to use it before, I didn't know how.
ねえ、逃げよう。タッキーはよくやったよ。でもこれ以上は無理。死にたくないっしょ？
Nanami.
タッキーはよくやったよ。妹を亡くした悲劇の兄として今後もやっていけるって。
Tragic brother.
PTSD って言えば何もかも許されるっしょ。正々堂々と引きこもれるんだよ。あ、もしかしたらさ、どっかの偽善者が同情してタッキーを養ってくれるかもしんないね。ブログに適当なこと書けば出版社に目をつけられてベストセラーになっちゃうかも。日本中が泣いたとか白々しいキャッチコピーがつけられて、それに載せられたバカでゆとりな人たちからの感動した、共感したっていう絶賛の嵐。それで印税もガッポガッポ。半年後に映画が決定っしょ。すごいよ。ナナミッチをここで見殺しにするだけでタッキーにはバラ色の人生が待ってるんさ。
That's so messed up in so many ways.
さあ、どっちを選ぶ？タッキーがここで頑張ってでも死んで全てが無になるか、バラ色の人生か。
死にたくない。痛いのは嫌だ。死ぬのは嫌だ。消えるのは嫌だ。ナナミがどうなろうと僕は痛くも痒くもない。
I muttered as though to persuade myself. No one in the ride. Wasn't Shogun, it was Saratan.
あの剣は剣に見えるだけで剣じゃない。ただの光の反射とか目の錯覚だ。
Okay, I really messed up.
そうだよ。さあ帰ろう。帰ったらさ、私のパンツ見ながらいっぱいオナニーしていいから。
How about no?
僕帰る。帰ってセーラタンでハーハーするよ。
嬉しいな。タッキーのためにエッチなポーズたくさんしてあげるね。
I slowly put back my outstretched hand. The alone made me feel very much at peace. I took Saratan out of my breast pocket and contemplated her smile. As long as I had Saratan's forgiveness, I didn't need anything else. I sniffled off the stuff running from my nose. I faced around and walked up to Shogun.
誰が動いていいと許可した？クエストはまだクリアしていないぞ。
僕は勇者なんかじゃない。妹一人救えないようなヘタレな妹だよ。僕に期待しないで、僕を見ないで、僕をそっとしておいて。
ではナナミちゃんは殺すことにするよ。
どうせもう死んでる。
She was already dead. Shogun had brutally murdered her. The more did the portal and all over the place as the sixth new gen case. It saddened me, but I couldn't do anything about it. And I'm pissed off at this moment because I felt I was so close. I felt I could have saved her. The sound of water dribbling. It wasn't a rivulet of water. Nanami's blood. That's an insane amount of blood. Oh boy. Really messed up. Her red blood trickling from the stump of her wrist.
なんで助けてくれなかったの？鬼って最低。
I screamed at the top of my lungs. The world went crimson. Fury and grief and shame ground my thoughts to a pulp. I charged blindly at Shogun. I grabbed at him, sitting still in the shadows. But it was less of a physical response than I expected. I fell headlong together with the wheelchair. I must have hit my knee. Pain shot through it. Grimacing, I looked about in confusion for the person who had been sitting in the wheelchair. A head had tumbled down by my feet. I gingerly reached for it. Other than the once living head, it was clearly something akin to a helmet. A pitch black helmet.
Das Spider.
Really?